Hey, wrestling fans, effing true followers, and members of the YWC. Brian Crazy,
JC Styles,
and we are effing true wrestling. I'm back at you with our Monday Night Raw review. It was a pretty damn good night on Raw. They call this the go-home show. It's the last big Raw before the pay-per-view. We'll jump right into it. Triple H starts off the night.
Yes, you see Triple H come out and he speaks about the situation between WWE Champion, Undisputed Championship picture, CM Punk and John Cena. He goes on to say that this Sunday we're going to see John Cena and CM Punk, one match, one champion, and just to see that the match goes according and as planned, he announces himself as special guest referee.
Yeah, basically to get to that point, he says there's only one man that could be entrusted, with a match of this importance. He goes on to say, this, that, and the other, and basically, like JC said, names himself the special guest referee. And, we'll talk about it as we lead into the next match. He announces that Cena is in action next. We were promised both Cena and CM Punk would be in action tonight. Cena's going to face Jack Swagger. But as Cena's coming out to the ring, him and Triple H exchange some words. The first time it was played, you really couldn't hear what they were saying, but they did play a replay, and they upped the volume just a little bit so you could kind of hear what was going on. Basically, Triple H says it's going to be his way.
It's going to go down, whatever happens in the match happens, which obviously we know CM Punk's going to get screwed to set up the Triple H turn heel CM Punk Triple H feud.
I don't think Triple H likes either one of them at this point. Triple H has
but
always
I think
been
he's going to get in the ring and face Punk. I mean, he hasn't faced Punk yet, so I think...
Be honest, though, Triple H has always played a better heel.
Yes and no. I always like Triple H as a face. I don't know why.
Well, Triple H as a face, with Shawn Michaels, that was cool. But, Triple H standalone was always an awesome freaking heel. I just think of, McMahon-Helmsley faction, and I'm like, man, remember how...
Well, you gotta think, most of the time when Triple H was a heel, he was always in faction.
Yeah, there was always Evolution, McMahon-Helmsley.
Exactly, the corporation.
The crooked DX, because remember, DX was quite crooked there in 2000. But, so those guys exchange some words. Then we go into Cena Swagger. This match is decent. Actually, it's nice to see Jack Swagger actually get some airtime. He might not be my favorite competitor, but for any competitor, we respect what they do, and it's nice to see him jump in the ring for a minute and get a little time. You know what I mean? And make it quick, simple, and sweet. Cena picks up the win over Swagger with a 5-knuckle shuffle, and then hits a huge AA for the win. Of course. He even talked about that later in the night where he said, I am predictable.
Which, the thing about it is, a replica belt never looks so good. And it's just funny.
You know what? I thought, we've been talking about this, totally off subject, but we've been talking about, alright, when they ordered the first title, did they order a backup? Or is this just like a Reggie Parks duplicate, or whoever created the title, whatever have you? And you know what? Side by side, those titles are not the same.
No, it seems like the one that Punk had was a little bit bigger. And I think the title that Ray won was actually one that they just bought off the concession stand.
I don't think they sell the $400 replica on the concession stand. I think they sell the little Mattel
adult size.
No, I don't think they sell that. I think they got the Mattel joint.
Well, I don't know. It all depends. Different arenas carry different stuff. They don't carry the same stuff everywhere.
But I'm sure they had this planned out a few weeks in advance. They bought, you guys are sitting at home okay, you two are really arguing about this right now. But let's jump back
into the next match, which was set up to be the Miz versus Rey Mysterio.
Well, we did have a couple little backstage points. I'll just cover on really quick. They hyped the contract signing. They announced the match that JC is about to say. Scott Sanford interviews Del Rio, and we see a little clips talking about the Morrison Truth feud, and Matthews interviews R-Truth. But let's jump into the match JC was talking about.
Basically, just to run it down, Miz attacks Rey as he's walking, right before he even gets down to the ramp to start walking
right
towards
by the WWE symbol, the big one there.
Basically beats the ever-loving shit, excuse my language, out of the Rey Mysterio.
Which covers up Rey Mysterio did fall bad in a house, it was during a house show. He was facing Alberto Del Rio. He fell bad. They had to end the match quickly, and Rey limped out. So him not wrestling tonight just all falls in. It makes sense that, they're just trying to protect him so we can work the pay-per-view on Sunday.
Then we see the Miz, go down to the ring, and actually, speaking of Rey, we actually find out later in the night that he is invoking his rematch clause for next week.
Next Monday night, yes, he will be facing the winner of the Undisputed WWE Championship match.
But we see The Miz get in the ring, and he talks about how everything in the WWE should be revolving around The Miz, how he's the center of media, how he's the trending topics, which he is. He's hosting the Teen Choice. He was at the Teen Choice Awards. He's going to be on MTV. You know, he's on Letterman. He's on Conan O'Brien. He's on all these shows.
The WWE is doing a great job in marketing The Miz. And I think that's what he's saying. Hey, I'm being marketed, but why isn't it my time to shine once again?
Then he speaks on, how he's not being booked for SummerSlam. Then basically kind of he calls
at that point, Cole was in the ring kind of interviewing. That's what.
Well, it wasn't even an interview. It was more of a rant by
Miz.
So he goes on. He says a ref should come down here and announce me the winner, and then the referee comes running down, and then Kofi's music hits. And we see Kofi versus The Miz.
Well, the referee, mouths to the announcer real quick, hey, this is what's going down. Triple H, the new COO, announces that there will be a replacement in Miz and Kofi. And then back to what you were saying.
And then we basically, just to run it down, we see Miz hit the Skull Crusher finale and win.
Correct. Then we see Josh Matthews interview CM Punk prior to his match with Alberto Del Rio. To make it short and sweet, CM Punk picked up the win over Alberto Del Rio, and it was a pretty decent match. I do have to say, all the matches were obviously scheduled early tonight because of the culmination of tonight's show. Then we saw Beth Phoenix defeat Eve Torres post-match. She continued her heel turn and attacked Eve and basically said the days of the Pretty Little Divas are over. Then we see Alex Riley go against Dolph Ziggler. During this match, Vicky Guerrero jumps in the ring. She smacks Alex Riley. Referee disqualifies Ziggler because of the interference. Riley picks up the win.
Yeah. So moving on to the next match, we see the main event, which was Morrison versus R-Truth. Basically, it was just the match to, just to help suit up, get them ready for the contract signing. And we see R-Truth pick up the win over Morrison.
Well, Morrison still, he had the neck surgery. It plays great into the storyline that he's still nursing the neck. It makes R-Truth look a little strong. Morrison's going to come back even stronger, and it's going to, make this feud last. This feud's been 4 months in the making, and I don't see it fizzling out anytime soon. And to be honest, I think both performers really bring something to the table that's unique in this feud. But then we go into the big event of the night. We go into the contract signing for SummerSlam to find out who the undisputed WWE Champion will be. It will be John Cena versus CM Punk. Earlier in the night, we found out Triple H would be the special guest referee. And during this, CM Punk makes an epic freaking speech, which John Cena has a quick little comeback to, but it was nothing compared to what CM Punk had to say.
Yeah, not to dwell on it too long, they showed the clip of The Rock, talking about how much he dislikes Cena. Then he goes on to speak about how Cena puts on his tough guy shorts and tough guy wristbands and armbands. And it's the truth. I mean, to be honest, John Cena is the modern day Hulk Hogan. He is right now, as it stands, the dynasty of the WWE, and he is the New York Yankees.
That's the way they compared it. He's, instead of got the hand here, now he's just got the hand here.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
But I think the key point of the night, though, was CM Punk actually brought up the released superstars from last week. If you guys don't know, WWE released 4 superstars last week, and a 5th quit out of protest. Gail Kim quit out of protest. Then we see Kozlov, D.H. Smith, Chris Masters, and Melina released. He didn't bring up Gail Kim nor Melina, but he did bring up Kozlov. He called D.H. Smith by his real name, Harry Smith, and he did bring up Chris Masters. And to connect the real life to the ring like that, that's something that WWE is usually not comfortable with, and it's bringing a really interesting dynamic. And how far are they going to let CM Punk go?
And then, Cena has this quick little couple of one-liners. He talks about his 5 moves of doom, quoting a lot of the internet wrestling community, and he talks about, I don't care about the people that I'm never going to win over. I care about the people who stand behind me. You know, I was gonna say it like this, and The Rock would say it too. I was like, I'll wipe a monkey's ass for what John Cena feels. I'm tired of hearing it. I go out there and I bat for each and every one that stands behind me. Blah blah blah. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's been beaten. It's beating a dead horse.
Well, but I mean, it's not that I'm the biggest Cena mark or anything, but I don't got anything personal against the guy. And the way I look at it is, if he is a source of inspiration for a young kid, or for someone that's down and out, or for someone that might break into the business because he was their motivation, then
I feel bad for that kid who breaks it. Why do you want to join WWE? Because John Cena is my favorite wrestler.
Okay, that's just like all the kids that loved Hulk back in the day, but let's not dwell on that.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Hogan was bigger than John Cena.
Hogan was the shit.
Hogan was the shit. Cena is not. He smells like shit in ring.
I've seen Cena go at it a couple times in person, and he was all right. He really.
But the thing about it
is,
you
don't make it to the pinnacle, the cream of the crop, unless Vince McMahon thinks you're worthy, man.
Well, this is the same guy who bought Dwayne Gill into the Survivor Series in 1998.
Yeah, but that was a joke. He faced Mankind for like 10 seconds. But
you know, it's just the thing. It's just the thing. Like, you know, and then we'll finish this video up.
When we ever touch on John Cena, it just goes onto this tangent. It's like you're going down the interstate highway and you see this exit that just continues on forever. It just keeps going.
But you know what it is? I don't like Cena, and I know there's a shitload of people out there that don't like Cena, and you know, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, John Cena is the greatest wrestler who ever lived. Bullshit.
See, I take the middle ground. You know, I don't hate the guy, don't love the guy. I respect what he does. He goes out there, puts his ass on the line to give a good show. Gimmicks aside, whatever have you, I think that's the bottom line. But let's wrap this up so we can get this uploaded for our fans before they got to crash out, because I'm sure a lot of them got work in the morning, and you know, so do we. So let's.
No, I'm on unemployment. I get to sleep in tomorrow if I want to. So, hi. For all of you that are going to be going to work, I'll be just going to bed. But you already know that. But, okay. So, moving on to the rest of the contract signing, we basically see the match made, and there's just a whole mix-up with, you know, basically breaks out into a fight.
Well, not really. I mean, they get into a standoff. They flip the table over. We see CM Punk go at it. You know, they were going to go at. Johnny Ace gets in the middle. Punk kicks Ace from behind. He goes down. If you guys don't know, Johnny Ace, John Laurinaitis, same freaking person.
What did Punk call him? Funk?
Yeah, he had some freaking name for him.
Funky.
We see Cena knocks down Punk from behind, which knocks down Triple H. Punk books out of the ring, and you see Triple H and Punk Triple H and Cena standing next to each other, and Punk's facing him down, basically like, is this how it's going to end up on Sunday? Feeling like he's going to get screwed, and he feels like the deck is stacked against him.
He is going to get screwed. I mean, this is what's happening, okay? And I see it. It's premeditated. If they don't, then they're going to give the title to Rey on Monday. Hopefully, if whoever wins on Sunday night, if we don't see Del Rio cash in, is what is speculated plans for Alberto Del Rio, which I don't see.
I think it would be smarter if he cashed in on Monday night if he was going to cash in, because why? See, he wouldn't want to cash in tonight, because if he did cash in tonight in his match against CM Punk, he lost anyway. Two,
he really didn't work him over, so he would have lost anyway.
But even if he did win, he still would have had to face John Cena on Sunday, because there still would have been two versions of the title.
Yeah.
Three, he still would have had to face Rey Mysterio on Monday. The only way Del Rio could smartly cash in is to cash in on Monday night after the title match between Mysterio and the winner of Sunday's match.
This is the thing. I feel bad for Rey Mysterio because he's being, you know, poorly used right now. And the thing about it is that they're touring Mexico, and Rey Mysterio is very big down in Mexico, so why would you give the title to Alberto Del Rio when...
It was just speculative. I mean, they've been talking about giving Alberto the title since WrestleMania, and it still hasn't come to fruition. I mean, just like Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago, where CM Punk and Triple H were supposed to have a big feud, and it would have ended up CM Punk getting pedigreed into the ring. That went through 6 script modifications before it was accepted. I mean, this is a lot of stuff that the fans at home have no idea about. But, you know, it's little things at F and True Wrestling that we get and, you know, we talk about between ourselves, and we try to bring you little tidbits of news information in these reviews. But that's basically what happened on Monday Night Raw. It was a pretty good show. Big build up to SummerSlam.
Speaking of SummerSlam, we now know what the final, as of right now, the final card is. We will see Cena versus Punk WWE Championship match. Orton, Christian for the world title. We'll see Henry versus Sheamus. We'll see. I believe we'll be seeing Beth Phoenix take on Kelly. We'll be seeing the United States Championship on the line.
I believe so.
And which will probably wind up being a dark match, I have a feeling. And as of right now, I don't know what's speculated for the Intercontinental Championship.
Or the Tag Team Championships. But once we find out the information, we'll try to bring you guys some SummerSlam predictions. And
big news of the night. F and True Wrestling?
Yeah, 1,007 subscribers. Thank you to all you guys who have subscribed and have stuck with us. For all the guys
who have helped us along throughout the line.
Exactly. So I want to thank everybody. And let's get this closed out.
So guys, you know, like I said, thank you for being with us for the whole, you know, year and a half almost a year and a half now.
Oh yeah, we appreciate all the guys that have been with us since day one, all the guys that have joined us just today. You know, it'll keep growing, and it grows because of you guys. So thanks again.
We're having, you know, one of my close personal buddies online is going to be designing a song for us for our new intro. Hopefully we'll have that over the next couple of weeks. You know, we're just going to try to introduce a new format, hopefully. Bring back Q&A, because I know a lot of you people are probably wondering when we're going to do Q&A again.
Well, I think for
those who've been with us for a long time and have known that we've done Q&A.
Well, they remember the Q&A shows, but I think the best part right now is, you know, if you got a question, drop it in the box below. I find that my best Q&A is right there. Is, you know, I get to interact with you guys. This review will be up, and all the guys that catch it right away or catch it tomorrow or the next day, they'll leave me comments, they'll leave their thoughts, and we get to, you know, kind of go back and forth. I like when we get a couple comments back and forth. The fan engagement is one of the best parts about doing this.
And before we close out, I just want to say, also, me and Brian, we both know that there are people out there that don't get to see the shows as we're seeing them. They usually get the shows 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You know, unfortunately, you know, we get a lot of people that, you know, send us messages or send us comments.
We apologize if we spoil anything for anybody that's not in our intention. We're just trying to get the news out there. So, you know, that being said,
we've been doing it since day one.
Yeah, that being said, I'm sorry, this is our format. I apologize if anybody has gotten upset about it, but any major wrestling news site will have this information up usually before we do. Yeah. So we strive to be, you know, right up there, but we can't always be right second on second par with them.
So, for F and True Wrestling, JC Styles,
Brian Crazy,
and have a good night.
Have a great one.